Another thing I learned early in life is to focus on myself. You have to stop comparing yourself to others and being in competition with other people because you don't know what it takes to make it on the road that they are on. So it's very important for you to learn to run your own race and focus on yourself. Okay? There is really no competition in this life. It's actually a lie. We live in a world of abundance and plenty, and everything unfolds in its own time. So I like to use the analogy of, a garden of flowers. And even in a garden, you can see that all those flowers, these hadidas are very noisy today. The flowers in a garden, they all bloom in their own time. And it doesn't take away from the garden. It actually adds to the beauty of the garden in terms of the diversity. When one of the flowers die, then the others bloom. So they also get a chance to spring up. And sometimes they also bloom at the same time. So it adds to the beauty of the garden. So don't be concerned when others get ahead of you in some of the goals that you have set out for yourself, right? I learned very quickly also that the race is not won by the swift. And that's because I actually was an athlete. And I remember I used to be a track and field athlete in high school. So I did 100 meters, 200 meters, 4 by 100 meters, the relay. And I remember observing an 800-meter race, which I was asked to do, but I actually declined. I did it for practice. And when the finals came, one of the runners sprinted through the first lap, right? 800 it's 2 rounds, 800 meters. And this person sprinted through the first round, right? Like she was dashing for the 100 meters or the 200 meters. And by the time she got to the end of the first lap, she couldn't finish because she had expended all her energy trying to be fast instead of pacing herself for the race that she was actually in. Yeah. So it's also very important that in running your own race, you need to pace yourself. Yeah. Create those milestones. Know what is required from the race. Don't try to rush through things. So what am I saying? So as humans, we like to compare and compete with others. And to be quite honest, it's not necessary. Yes, I've had those instances where I felt, okay, I feel like I'm behind on some of these things. But, when I've felt those feelings, and sometimes it kind of comes through as jealousy and envy, and it's important to have those feelings in check as indicators, not for you to stay in that, because it's going to consume you, and what you're going to focus on is that competition, is that comparison, which will lead up to jealousy and envy, and you're actually going to be behind. Instead, what you should be doing is using those indicators as inspiration to say, okay, what am I missing here? What are the things that I need to look to improve in my life so I can achieve the things that I want to do? However, it should not be used as a gauge, okay, to make yourself feel worse off than other people, because you don't know what it took for that person to get to that stage in their life so fast. And honestly, as somebody who was also taking their time with things, I mean, this is something that I was told even at my own wedding when the speeches were being made, to say this is a person that actually takes their time. I think there's something to be learned about being measured in doing things and not rushing through things, and also being very observant. So I've also been a very observant person because I've taken my time to learn from other people's experiences. And I think one of the benefits of being a slow coach or a late bloomer, as they say, is that you are able to observe and learn from the mistakes of others. And hopefully, if you are smart, you are then able to take the lessons of those mistakes and implement them in your own life so that you can have a deeper and more meaningful success for yourself, right? So it's important to be able to do that, because I remember even as I was getting married, even in the African context, I got married quite late. At the age of 29, I was actually going into my 30th birthday. And by that time, the people who were in my squad who had married very early, early 20s to mid 20s, they were already getting divorced. So hence I'm saying that the race is not always won by the swift. And so it's important to, be considered in terms of, how you are going about that race. Don't compare, take inspiration. So even as my friends were getting married much earlier, I was taking that as inspiration to say, shucks, if it's happening to them, it's definitely going to happen. For me, I just need to be in the moment where I have the right partner, and it will happen. As soon, as it needs to happen, it will happen. But I wasn't like wallowing in it. I wasn't keeping it top of mind, because when you do that, when you compare and compete, that's when you make mistakes. That's when you make decisions that are based on others and not yourself. So if you're feeling behind, it's okay. Don't rush. Take the experience, take the lessons, okay? Do not feel that you are losing out on life. FOMO is not a thing. Honestly, for me, I've not experienced it as a thing, and it shouldn't be something that is internalized. Yes, when you're young, it's something that happens. You want to be in the mix. You want to be on the train that everybody's on, but sometimes that train is not meant for you. And when you're getting into things that are not meant for you, just because other people are doing it and because you don't want to feel like you're behind, that's when you start to crash and burn. And I have seen quite a lot of people who've crashed and burned because they wanted to rush. They wanted what other people had, and they were trying to speed through life instead of pacing themselves. So, if you are feeling that you are behind, know that you are not. You're right on time. That's it. See you in the next one.